So you can see here that the rear derailleur cage is kind of like bent inwards or something. Like it's not plumb. So, you know, there's a problem there. And I noticed this problem before on my buddy's bike. And what I did is I made him go and buy the part to fix this. Now, a lot of times this can just be, you know, like the rear derailleur cage being bent. But in this particular case, the part he needed was the rear derailleur hanger. And I guess at a certain point, you know, it just couldn't take the stress anymore and it cracked. Now, he wiped out a couple times, and if you watch some of the other videos, like the ride videos, you'll see him wipe out, and it's kind of funny, but, you know, this is what happens, right? Like, things break, and, you know, luckily it wasn't the actual derailleur, but, you know, we'll just have to see, right? So to remove the rear derailleur hanger, we have to start with removing the cable from the rear derailleur. You know, I just pulled that housing out. You don't really have to do this here. Remove the chain, but I'm going to do this because, you know, that's just what I want to do. Mostly it's because I'm going to be taking the rear derailleur off, and I want to inspect that cage, right? If I leave the cable and the chain on, I'm not going to be able to take it off, and I can't really inspect it too well. So we just removed the rear derailleur from the hanger. Man, you can see it right here. Like, just take a look. Look where the hanger bolt is. You can see there's like a crack there. Now, this is kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to look at it. I wanted to look at the cage, and the cage looks pretty straight. Like, I'll have to just double check it later, but for right now, we're dealing with the rear derailleur hanger. So you have to kind of take the wheel off because you need to get in behind. The hanger bolt is basically like a chainring bolt. So, you know, you got to get behind there. There's like a little behind piece. Okay, you can see the hanger there. It's like completely cracked. So there's no way that was sitting plumb. Like it was just moving around with the derailleur. So, you know, he was having problems shifting, and that's why. So, like I said, I got him to go and grab this derailleur hanger. I already know it's the right one. I'm just going to test it though here in the plastic just in case, and it fit perfectly fine. And now what we're going to do is, it didn't come with a new bolt, so we got to reuse the old bolt. And I'm just going to fit it on here. There's already some grease in there, kind of residual grease from the last time I had everything off. Like when I first did his bike, I did like a full strip and rebuild. You know, he doesn't really ride this bike in the winter, so there's really no way that this stuff's going to get seized up. There we go. It's on there nice and tight. I'd inspected the rear derailleur, and I'm just going to say that it's fine. Like, I'm just putting it back on, and we're just going to have to see how it shifts first. Maybe there's a slight bend to it. I don't know. But that you can kind of fix with the adjustment screws and, you know, with the barrel adjuster to adjust the tension. Maybe I should change the cable. I don't know. I'm just going to try it out here and see. It was cut a little bit short, so it might not be good enough. I don't know. Okay, well, the original cable was cut a little bit short, so I decided to change the cable, and you can see it here. It's nice and long. There's plenty of room. Then I can play with it, kind of stretch it out or whatever, just to make sure that it's nice and tight. Because sometimes it'll slip, and here I put the chain on here, and you can see I put it in wrong, right? So I'm just gonna have to redo it. All right, so I got it there, and you know, it's all good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put on the quick links here. I'm not even sure if this is like a 10-speed chain. I think this might be a 9-speed chain, which just goes to show that you can actually use 9-speed chains on 10-speed drivetrains. All right, so we got the quick link together, and I have these quick link closers, which, you know, are pretty handy. There we go. Okay, so I've just kind of quickly changed his rear derailleur hanger, and, you know, those are the steps that you need. And now his bike is good to go, or is it?